everything! Stop! This isn't the Devil and Daniel Mouse. This is a film about how we made the Devil and Daniel Mouse. Actually, it was easy. Well, maybe not so easy. In fact, making a half-hour animated cartoon is pretty complicated. Especially when it's an adventure, musical, comedy, horror, Halloween story like The Devil and Daniel Mouse. It starts right here with Ken Sobel. Now, he's a writer, and he's explaining his script ideas to the producers and directors at Nelvana Productions.
Earlier, either the one where she meets him back there or back in the first act, you know, a sort of reprise of her, one of her numbers in the med. Okay, look, the point is that it's got to work in terms of the music at the end. The song has to be the thing that convinces everybody that the thing works. So you've got this, the devil, the henchman, all the people that the devil has brought up, you know, to try the case. Now they have to be convinced by the song, by the music, that the music is so strong and then they feel it so much that this becomes the thing that causes them to change.
Ken, you know what song it should be that we reprieve? It's the very first one, the one in the first club, the folk song, where they get thrown out of the club.
They get fired.
They get fired, right, because it's like one of their own songs. And so it should, you know, it would give strength to their situation.
While Ken goes off to write the script, Clive Smith and Frank Nesson worry about what the characters should look like.
Maybe coming into something, you know, something like this, I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe I mean, I think he's too horrific for most of the thing. I think he's got to be smoother and suaver, you know. You know.
He's really got to be the cool producer.
That, in case you can't guess, is the devil in The Devil and Daniel Mouse.
Over a series of scenes.
Clive and Frank are drawing a model sheet to show the animators how to draw the devil. Now, when the script's finished, Clive and Frank start the next step, storyboarding, which means turning the words in the script into pencil sketches for the animators.
Comes up from the background and passes right past her.
How about if she crawls out of this frame and we cut and she crawls over the log and we look out through the thicket.
With her in the foreground.
Yeah, and we see the rhino run past.
Meanwhile, John Sebastian's writing and recording the music. After all, this is a musical too.
Very vulnerable at the beginning and builds in strength.
Okay.
Let's do a take.
Looking for something that there's no set way to find. You got to listen to your own second mind. You were afraid you wouldn't be strong enough alone. Now look where the music can take you if you're getting lost. Look where the music can take you when you're getting lost. Look where the music can take you, let it go.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
You had a chance to be a star in your own dream.
And the actors are recording their parts.
This is the biggest thing ever to hit rock!
I hope practice makes
I
perfect.
declare you free. I 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 declare you.
After the recording session, Roger Matussi breaks each part of the sound down into syllables because the cartoon characters have to move their mouths to fit the words. Roger writes down how many frames it takes each character to say each syllable on a sheet which the animators work with. Meanwhile, Frank explains the storyboard to a layout person.
We open on the bare ground, as it were, right? So when you do that layout, she's got to be just totally just flung to the ground, right? She's just wiped out.
Who works at a bottom-lighted animation desk and sketches what the scene will eventually look like and how and where the characters will move. This is called a layout. But as you can see, there's still a long way to go before it's ready for you to see. Clive's going over a scene with an animator, John Silvestri, who's going to draw the action. Now, as the director, one of Clive's jobs is to help the animator interpret the action and act out the script.
Down by the tree, and he's just very relaxed, and he should maybe bang his knee or something.
Right.
You know, like, no, he's not going to take
Okay,
it.
what about this? Now, since the no is the big point of the scene, what
Right.
he should be doing is he's down on his, he's sitting down,
Right.
and he's
Okay.
trying to comfort Jan.
Right.
Meanwhile, Jan's on the other side, and she's
Right.
kind of
She's
like
just a mess.
she's
She's
looking
like,
around,
okay,
and
mess.
she's just covering up. He puts his hand to kind of just comfort her, and then all of a sudden he realizes he has to take charge. So he says, "No, he can't have you. I won't let him."
Now, John's drawing what they just talked about. He's looking at his own face in the mirror to see how Dan Mouse would make different expressions. Now they're looking at the animation in a rough form to see what else needs doing.
This looks good. This looks essentially good. I think what we want to do is retime his jump a little bit. Get more out of the drag. He takes a leap. Like, keep that drawing there. And as he leaps, get him to stretch his legs out a little bit more.
Straight longer.
Right, and then like there'll be more of a snap
Right,
that goes up.
there's a pop.
Keep him up. Songs
Clive and the other animators talk over what their characters will do in each scene.
in the background. We're not concentrating on that anymore. And I think the caterpillar should do something.
Okay.
You know.
He's the waiter, so why don't we have him holding the tray up, and with his other set of arms, he grab a mug of beer and then pass it down from hand to hand and put it
that
on the
was a
table.
great idea.
And he'll
Great.
just keep doing that. Until
Right, like a conveyor belt of beer.
Right.
That's
And
great.
you just keep going.
Great, good.
Right?
And then they sit down and draw. Other artists assist the animator to complete the drawing of the scene, and it takes up to 60 separate drawings to make up just 1 second of film.
is announcing himself as being the judge, very proud.
Right. So it goes something like, Judge Weasel presiding.
That's great, that's good.
Judge Weasel presiding.
The background artists are hard at work, and Clive helps them to interpret the various moods of the film through detailed use of color.
Contrast between the sequence of the concert and the chase, right, which is like really colorful, really vibrant. This is a point where Jan has realized that she has no friends left, very gray, very depressing, and we come out of that into the sequence in the woods where she meets Dan for the first time. Very melancholy, very blue.
And I guess this is the key.
This is a key scene, yes, yes. We'll play her as play them both as a reverse silhouette. There'll be light against a very deep background, very dark in the center, going back into the forest. Very deep blue. So this becomes a very crucial scene to be contrasted with the excitement that's gone before it.
That's Louis Cravagna and Olena Cassian. They create the backgrounds that help bring the film to life. When they finish the backgrounds, they put on a red dot. Somebody has to keep track of all this, of course, and that's Norm Stangel's job. And it's really important to make sure everything's on time and in place.
Some of those are painted cells, and I just guess we kept them together in one sleeve.
Now the animators have finished, and their drawings are copied onto cell paper, which are clear plastic sheets. which have to have color added to them. Or to put it simply, they have to be painted. Now, painting is a tricky job. One slip and you've got a purple finger or green air. The color models which are prepared before the painting begins are the blueprints for the painters. After painting everything, the backgrounds and cells, and there are over 40,000 of them, go to the checker, who, and you'll never guess, checks them all out to see no one has made any mistakes along the line. And to see if they fit properly together, because every scene has a lot of different cells. And now it's ready to be shot. By a camera, I mean. First, Dennis Brown, one of our camera persons, arranges the different layers of cells for today's shoot, puts the background on the camera bed, lowers the camera, sets the cells, and then shoots a frame at a time. Then, the toughest checkers of all. Clive and Frank take a look.
That works.
Good. Yeah,
that works. That looks good.
That works.
He made.
Look at it again.
Yeah. Run it back. That makes all the difference, you know. It's like two drawings.
They liked it. It's done. Except for putting the music and talking and sound effects and all the other scenes together. And once they've done that, you've got the Devil and Daniel Mouse.
Second mind, you were afraid you wouldn't be strong enough alone. Now look where the music can take you if you let it go. Look where the music can take you when you're getting low. Look where the music can take you if you let it go. You had a chance to be a star in your own dream. Now you find that better than it seems. You sold your soul for some rock and roll, but don't you see? Nothing beats inspiration and
See, I told you it was easy.
Look where the music can take you when you're getting low. Look where the music can take you if you let it go. Look where the music can take you when you're getting low.